Listen, I know you brought some boards here.
Yeah.
You got this, we were just talking about it, the hammerhead that Keith Haring drew on.
Mm-hmm. I brought it with me just to show you guys.
I love it.
I thought,
That's
you guys might want to check it out.
Yeah.
It's, when I went to New York in '86 for a interview magazine, like just article that I was going to do.
Okay.
And basically, I was cruising around the city, and this guy's like, "Hey, Keith Haring wants to meet you." And I was like, "Sick. Let's go to his studio, art studio." So I went in, and he's like full advocate for skateboarding, loves skateboarding. And I was like, "That's dope." It's like, man, sick, massive studio. His art was starting to kick off, pretty massively at that time.
Right.
And he goes, "Christian, let me draw on your board." I just happened to have this white hammerhead.
You were writing it at the time.
I was writing this board.
Yeah.
I have a picture of me on the top of the World Trade Tower holding this board, and it didn't have his graphic on it.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And I'm on the roof. And then I went to a studio, and he wrote on, he basically said, "Here, let me draw on your board." I was like, "Sick, go for it." And then he finished, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty sick."
Yeah.
Seriously.
I was like, "That's dope, man. You killed it," right? And then I just kept riding it.
Oh, you kept skating it after that? Yeah.
Look, it was brand new.
You had no idea?
Wait, it was brand new when he did it.
No
And
way.
I wrote it to this point, to where
Jeez,
it's
and-
completely demolished. I mean, I was riding in Venice, everywhere. Broke it, threw it in the car, threw it in the back, in the box, and pulled it out years later. And I was like, whoa.
I mean, that thing is
This
probably
is-
worth...
When he passed away was when we were like,
That's,
okay, something, we got something special.
Right.
And being my father was an artist, he knew, value. I collected all my boards, but, I brought this to also talk about a kind of like a art show exhibit that we're going to do, kind of like collaborating art with the hammerhead. And it's, obviously it's been almost 35 years, coming up soon. So we're doing like the over 30 years of the hammerhead with up to 50 artists, as many artists that want to do a hammerhead.
I would love
and it's
to.
going to be a
you want a real artist. Oh, yeah. Okay.
and we're going to do an art show built
Sick.
around this board being kind of like the centerpiece of like, art and skateboarding coming together and being kind of like a huge part of our culture.
Yeah.
We identify with board graphics, but it really represents who we are. And then now artists who love skateboarding getting involved, I think it shows how much camaraderie, how much we have in common with our passions and with our creative, just artistic talents, whether it be athletic or artistic, whether it's music, fashion, design, it could be anything, photography,
Right.
anything. It all goes together. But to highlight art and skateboarding, we're going to do like hammerheads and give them to artists and
Rad.
make it into a traveling kind of art show. And Pat Tenori at Ruka was the one that kind of like heard my idea, because I had this idea for a while, and he's like, "You know what? I would love to help you make this happen." And that's how I got connected with Ruka.
Sick.
And Ruka was like, "Let's make this happen. And by the way, why don't you be part of the family?" And so I signed with Ruka recently.
Rad.
And we're working on this big project. And so going to do like a signature line
Okay.
of clothes and, have fun traveling again
Dope.
around the world.
Right.
Amazing cities and art, galleries and,
Rad.
just celebrating skateboarding
I
and
love
what
it.
it's done, not only for me, but for everyone, and how we can come together and just have fun. That's what
Yeah.
it's about.